Hello everyone and welcome back to RWB. We are back for our GT 2021 season, season 2, and
We've got no sand on the force. Plus the car's a bit low as well.
I think it's gonna be busy at turn 1, man. It's a turn you can maybe take with 3 guys next to each other, but it's gonna be real tight. I expect to maybe see a spin even at turn 1.
honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, listen, Drock, you haven't seen a lot of this series yet, but I mean, most of these drivers are decently good, right? But I mean, Zandvoort is one of those tracks. As Peter goes off again, Peter, are you okay? But Zandvoort's one of those tracks where, I think it's really technical. I mean, we don't have the updated version, unfortunately, on ACC. But I mean, with the slight bankings and the corners themselves. Sorry, can't get my words out tonight. Do you think, Draki, that we're gonna see a lot of collisions in this race?
We might see, I think. It's good we have some of those cranes standing by to get some guys out of the gravel, because, yeah, we don't do grass runoffs a lot here in the Netherlands. We just put gravel there because we have way too much of it, so, yeah, once you spin, you might get stuck.
It makes sense why you guys don't have a lot of. Sorry, why you guys have a lot of gravel. I mean, half your country is below sea level. You guys dug a lot, didn't you?
Yeah, that's true. Myself, I live above like 70 meters or something, so
Okay,
I'm
so
safe.
if there's ever like a tsunami, you'll be safe. Okay, no, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Yes.
No, but seriously, it's beautiful being in the Netherlands. Honestly, as South African, I think it's the closest thing I have to home. Unfortunately, I missed Kyalami, which was the first race of the season. Extremely mad about that. Hopefully, Draki, you can hop in season 3 with me at Kyalami. But honestly, the Netherlands. What's the weather like up there, Draki? I mean,
It's
if the sim replicates the weather, can we expect heavy rain this session, or can we get our
don't
umbrellas?
know about heavy, but rain definitely. Like Verstappen once said, the commentator asked him, "Why are you so good in the rain?" Well, his answer was, "Because I'm Dutch. It always rains out here. it
That is
it
quite true.
literally always will rain." So yeah, there's a big possibility of rain. Right now, the track temperature is up to 27 degrees, so it's quite good. But yeah, still we have some clouds with some sun in between it and not that much wind, so we might look good. But it's the Netherlands; it always will change.
Okay, yeah, I honestly, I can see that. I mean, wherever the sim replicates IRL weather, I'm not quite sure on that front, but I mean, the thing is, and I mean, you're gonna have to tell me this, right? But like as Max said, there's a lot of rain in the Netherlands, right? So my question is for you, Rocky, how different is dry Zandvoort versus wet Zandvoort?
It's a
What's
lot
the
of
difference?
Well, if we take the new track, so with way more banking, it's yeah. With the banking in the wet, it's really tricky. 9 out of 10 times, if it rains here, you will get the full wets on because intermediates just do not work. There's like, no, they don't work. But yeah, it's a big change. Really about the downforce. So I was hoping for some rain when Formula One was here because Red Bull and downforce are
Oh, hand in hand.
like brothers or something, like the same person or something. They are really good.
Okay, Draki, if you could excuse me, I'm going to run everyone who is currently watching through the race today. So, everyone, we are doing a reverse grid for those who don't know. Basically, how reverse grid works is we work off the championship standings. The only qualifying session there was at the start of the season at race 1 at Kyalami, I believe. I hope so. And yeah, basically how it works is the guys at the back are at the front, guys front are at the back. It's only the top 25. So, your leaders... Ignacy Butchek, of course, not racing today, unfortunately. Hopefully for him, he can still win the championship. We'll see if anyone can pass him today. But your drivers like Godzilla, Samuel Kruger, Rigel, Daniel Barnett, Emo Plate, Oliver Curtin, Phil Varley, Emil Sojblom, and RWB Madley, all starting relatively at the back. Now, Rocky, I don't know about you. And you don't have to answer me here because I'm going to start ranting about something else here in a second. But that's quite interesting. Now, folks, along with our reverse grid, we have a 1 pit stop. Now, the thing about this pit stop is drivers have only 1 set of tires. They can't change tires in the pit stops at all, meaning they can only change their fuel and certain car adjustments. So, Draki, in 15 seconds... describe what only 1 pit stop with no new tires means. 15 seconds, go.
It means you will get the dries because it's the best guess because we hope no rain because dries equals faster in the dry. So yeah, dry it is.
You know what? We're gonna roll with that. I like that. Everyone is starting to drive now. It is a bit of a formation. Rick Binnersley there, standing still for some reason. Come on, Rick. And here we go. I'm gonna lead us into this first lap. Drake, I'll give over to you in a bit. And everyone, here we go. We see Debug leading us in. A Shun next to him, Rick Binnersley in 3rd, and then Nigel Wood in P4. Nigel and Rick both extreme contenders. Really fast. We'll see what they can do today. As they head around turn 14 now. Of course, not as banked it is IRL. Just waiting for that update from ACC. It'll probably come out within the next few months, hopefully. I think they still are trying to get permissions for laser scanning. As we wait for it to go green, we'll see the drivers mash on the throttle any second here. Oh, when does the green flag go? Come on. When does it go? When does it go? They cross the line, and I think that's green flag running. That is green flag running. Rick Binnersley getting an absolute amazing start. Really challenging Debug and A Shun. But Nigel, sorry, no, that's Jay Forsberg coming up. Already past 2 people there. Debug really running with the lead. We're gonna look down. I want to look a bit down. Doesn't look like we had any collisions there. Really clean turn 1. Oh, as I say that, we get a collision between Xavier Eugenie and Al, I think that was. Oh no! Xavier off! Xavier off causes a massive collision. Oh my word. Draki, I think you were right about those. It's like dodging balls, isn't it? Oh my word. Draki, I don't know how he had a clean turn 1, but then the rest of it was painful. Can you just did I miss something or?
Nah, I was also looking. It just looked like that one quite large collision actually there in turn 3, but further quite clean. It's surprising. Oh, and another spin.
Do you know who that was from?
Field. That's
No.
Topinka that spun car number 5. Tries
Oh no,
to
now
get back onto the
trying
track.
to search for car number 5 here. Topinka, bro, where do you see a Topinka? I didn't see Topinka. Okay,
He's
well,
back down to 21st. Oh man, 22nd. He's all the way back down.
that's the most Sojblom. Oh, 24th, M Topinka. I see him. That's honestly, is that a common thing at Zandvoort Rockies? The spins? Is that
Well,
a common...
it looked like he took too much curb, and then you get on the throttle, the curbs are slippery, you just do not have grip on the right side, your left side does have grip, so you just spin. It's quite common.
Honestly, yeah, and I do want to actually transition onto Rick Binnersley, currently chasing A Shun. I mean, Draki, the Bentley, you know, really big car, a lot of downforce. The BMW more known for its straights. Between those two cars, you know, which would theoretically be performing better at Zandvoort? Theoretically, of course.
Theoretically, so that came out good. I think the Bentley, because more downforce, it's a lot of turns. We don't have that much of straight line. So yeah, I would expect
Rick getting
Binzer to get close.
Energy getting extremely close to Shun there as you said that. Really kissing him on the butt. Shun's gonna have to get out of the way here in a second for Energy. Otherwise, they might have a bit of a, you know, a tango. Really amazing driving to see, to be quite fair. And then if we look up ahead, debug, just, I mean, come on, look at that. I mean, I think it's a lot like with Max. You know, once you get in the lead, you kind of just, you know, go for it. It's your own race, isn't it, Rocky? I mean, you know, Zandvoort's one of those tracks. If you have open air in front of you and you have a right setup and the right car, I think you can just, you know, really just go for it.
Yeah, with the open air right here, a lot of wind actually coming out of the sea because you're here in the dunes. He's already how many seconds ahead? 2.8 seconds ahead. That's a lot in one lap. So yeah, that's what the just open air does. But what do you think, Jay? Will he make a mistake?
Honestly, I mean, here's the thing, Rocky. Let's be honest. Zandvoort, you make a mistake somewhere, right? It isn't, you know. Oh, actually, wait. I think we missed that. But Rick Binnersley managed. Wait, can we? Let's have a look if we can see it on the replay. But Rick did squeeze past Asian. Yeah. Okay. Here's the replay, Rocky. Let's see what he did. Was it a turn one dive bomb? Was it a turn one dive bomb? Did Rick? Yes, it was. Look at that. How beautiful that is. I think. I'm pretty sure Max did the same thing to, I think, one of the back markers when the F1 was here. What a, oh my word, Rocky, that's an amazing overtake. But as I was saying, the thing is, leading on with those overtakes, Zandvoort is a track, and I think you can agree on this. You are gonna make mistakes at Zandvoort, right? Somewhere you are gonna make a mistake. So I think at this point, you know, when you're at Zandvoort, I think it's just kind of, you know, how much can you limit your mistakes? You know, are you gonna make a big mistake? Small, you know, is there just gonna be a small lockup? Are you know gonna punt yourself into a wall? You know, what's kind of the biggest? So I think there definitely will be mistakes. We'll see how they turn out. But well, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I think. I hope. You know. We go down the field here with Emo Plate in a beautiful Ferrari, getting chased by Oliver Curtin. Now he was a kind of a contender, Rocky, for the title. Do you think that NSX can? Do you think that NSX can take Zandvoort in its stride and get a good race out of it?
Definitely, it's a solid car. It has some downforce. It's gonna do it, man. It's gonna do it. But yeah, it's just really fast. You can see it just walking up there. It's just slowly coming closer to E-plates.
Slowly but surely, just crawling closer. Honestly though, this kind of racing, I think that's the one thing I do love about Zandvoort is its type of racing. As we go up to Jazz Forsberg here, in P5 currently, we've seen some controversy, kind of around Jazz. You know, he's had some troubles, you know, bumping people off the track. Last week I was race engineering for Ignacy Budschek, and he got punted by Forsberg, if I'm not mistaken. But I think, Rocky, Zandvoort's kind of one of those tracks that really tests the driver's limits. You know, it really pushes you. I mean, because I think it's a bit like Monaco in F1, where it's like, you know, you don't have to, you know, it isn't only, you know, about your skill, but it's a lot about your mental. Because the thing is, as you said, Zandvoort, there isn't really a lot of space to make mistakes. You know, I mean, yeah, you know, there is a gravel traps and whatnot, but a lot of the times, Forsberg going for a possible move there, getting closed in by Asian. You know, if you make a mistake at Zandvoort, it can be incredibly deadly. As Forsberg gets overtaken by Varley, well done, Varley. You know, Draki, do you think most of the mistakes made at Zandvoort are like kind of lethal mistakes? Do you think, you know, do you think you can recover from a big mistake at Zandvoort, or do you think, you know, big mistakes are kind of just at Zandvoort are kind of just how can I say this? You know, are kind of unrecoverable?
a lot of times they were unrecoverable, and that's what the reason it's not as close as Monaco or something that 1 millimeter of wrong steering and you're into the wall, but it's still close. You can look. We have about a few meters of just grass to the right and to the left of the track. It's not much. You make a mistake, you slide over the gravel into the barriers. They almost are all hard barriers, so once you hit them, it's most definitely gonna be some lethal damage to your car. It's just suspension, wheels. You can name it, and it can break here. I've seen some crazy things break out here.
Like the tip of a wing, the tip of the under part of the wing of a car, something like that. Like just
Yeah,
the most random part you wouldn't expect breaking just breaks off.
definitely. I was here with the race days at Zandvoort, so when Max comes and things. But there were also a Mazda MX-5 race, and one guy just spun, hit the wall, and somehow his steering broke. He didn't even hit the wall with his front wheels. But his steering was disconnected, he couldn't race anymore.
Just totally just gone. Oh, and as
Yeah,
we see P.
gone.
Varley, so I don't actually have a view on that. As we see P. Varley squeezing past Shun. See, okay, Draki, I think, listen, racing at Zandvoort, this is what makes it exciting, because you'll, oh no, wait, do they touch? They do touch, but, oh, it looks like okay, no one went off. Ooh, lucky for them. But see, that's what I like about Zandvoort, is because you'll be going side by side through, 4 or 5 corners before you get a move done, It isn't, like a lot of the other tracks where, you kind of just, get a move done within, 1 or 2 corners. Zandvoort's really struggle, isn't it? Because it's so, like, kind of on top of each other. So, Drake, I do think, drivers like this, at a track like this, I think we definitely have quite a show, in front of us for the next hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, really, if you already look at this, that McLaren and BMW just fighting around. Right now he got some distance, but he also has a Audi pushing behind him, really getting close. So it's gonna be really exciting because it looks like they are only driving trains, but they're really pushing each other and really setting pressure on each other. I think there are gonna be some mistakes that some drivers will be happy with and some drivers will be very upset with, because right now if like the BMW at P5 spins, he loses about 10 to 12 places minimum.
Yeah.
And that's lethal, man. That's
That could change your whole race. And I think a mistake, is what Rick Binnersley is currently hoping for. He's got debug out in front of him, 1.2 seconds. And I mean, I think a mistake is what Rick is hoping for, because if debug makes just slight overcorrection, hits the gravel and he's off, that means Rick leads this race by a comfortable 5 or 6 seconds. So what are you, Draki, heading into a race like this? What's the type of mindset? For someone, let's say someone like Rick, right? What's the type of mindset? Do you, go full out attack and just, try and get on his butt? Or do you kind of just, like stay within a second or two and just, hope the guy in front makes a mistake? What's kind of the strategy around a track like Zandvoort?
I think for him, the strategy was get safe through turn 1, because even if he was kinda in front, he was in P3. The guys in the back, if one breaks too late, you can get like 10 cars that hit each other behind. So it's for him, I think the mindset was, okay, let's get safe through turn 1, then see what I have in front, how hard I can push, and what can I do with this car at this track at race pace. And right now, as we can see, he has quite some race pace because he's closing in that gap with B1.
But
So
see, the thing is,
I think it's his mindset is real good right now.
see, the thing is, Draki, do we think Rick, will risk, the points and go for the overtake, or do you think, he'll just kind of, stay behind debug, intimidate debug, and just kind of, tell debug, hey, I'm here, just wait for him to make a mistake, that's kind of the thing I'm kind of debating, because, I mean, that Bentley looks monstrous, right? So, when I see a Bentley in my rearview mirror, I kind of get scared, especially in ACC. So, I mean, that's the main question, is for someone like Rick, do you just, stay behind him and just, hope he makes a mistake and kind of just intimidate him the whole race? Or do you, try and push yourself so far, go for the overtake, and hopefully get it set? That kind of like high risk versus high reward type of situation.
I think he will set some pressure by being like a few tenths only behind. Then see if Debug starts making mistakes with exiting corners, and if Debug makes a mistake in the last corner and he has a real bad exit, then he might get by, but I don't think he will risk it fully by sending it down turn 1 or something. I think he will play it safe a little bit. So just
Hopefully, yes.
he will just touch the water, as we say, and see what happens.
Yeah, he'll touch the water, but he won't put his whole finger in as he gets close. Look at this racing. I'm gonna go to the set 1 cameras, but look at that, Rocky. I mean, holy crap. I mean, that's not in GT3 racing. That gap between them, what, 5 tenths? That's close even for F1s. For F1 standards. So, I mean, I don't know. Rick might. Rick might be going for the aggressive. He might have, heard us, Draghi, and said, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna prove these commentators wrong. I'm going aggressive." He might have decided that we're wrong. That's absolutely. I mean, this kind of racing, Draghi, and it's kind of that. These kind of battles that's just so neck and neck. This is kind of what I live for. And these types of races, these type of almost professional racers, if that makes sense. This is the racing we live for. This is really the type of racing. I think that's why so many people watch GT3 and F1, whether it be online or in real life. It's so addicting. How close they can get without touching, and how they're constantly challenging each other as they go around the last corner.
Yeah, I'm still watching some data out here. Last lap there was the Bentley had 3 tenths faster than the Ferrari in front, but now it's even closer. It's about 700ths of a second of lap time difference. So they are really pushing each other. And the first 2 guys are really making gap, because number 3 is his last lap was a 137.6, but the guys in front are doing a 137.1. That's a massive lap difference.
That is absolutely amazing. We'll get back to that fight in a bit. If we see something, what, Rocky? I think you keep your camera, you keep your eye on that battle between Rick and Debug. Tell me if anything's happening. I think we should have a bit of a look down the field. Let's go to Nigel Wood. Nigel Wood in his beautiful Ferrari. Currently, actually still looking at who is that? Still having a look at Forsberg and Schön. I do think Peter Varley has gotten away a bit. He's about 4 seconds up the road from Forsberg. But that's quite amazing, isn't it, Rocky? I mean, seeing these drivers, I mean, what separates them? 5 tenths, 6 tenths? So, they don't really, we'll ask you for statistics here in a bit. You're good at numbers. But I mean, these drivers, they're kind of, I think they're honestly just waiting for each other to make a mistake, because, they're kind of all, settled into their pace. No one's, really pushing it. No one's, trying to do scary dive bombs. Everyone's kind of just like, being like, hey, I'm just going to stay behind here. And if one of you make a mistake, I'll capitalize, And I think that Rocky shows us kind of the, the mindset between someone like Rick Binnersley and, let's say Nigel Wood and Forsberg is, the one party kind of, has to make the move count, as we see Forsberg and Xavier Eugenie going head to head. Forsberg makes the move work. What a move. That was beautiful. But that's kind of the mindset difference, isn't it, Rocky? Can you maybe give us some info between Forsberg and Schön? Would you be able to give us some info on those two?
Yeah, definitely. Let's take a look. Last lap, Chun had a 137.767 to be really exact. And Forsberg actually had a 137.440. That's 3 tenths faster. That's quite a lot. If he can keep up this pace, he might catch the guys in front. He might catch Farley.
But see, the question is, was he that fast because of the slipstream? Or was he genuinely that fast? Because, I mean, Forsberg previously struggled against Peter. If you know, I don't know if you can get those numbers for us, Draki, between Peter and Forsberg. But I mean, you know, Forsberg, I'm not quite sure if he'll be able to hold that pace personally. That's you know, I don't want to say anything about the guy, but I'm not quite sure he'll be able to hold that pace.
Yeah, currently looking, so that's my data finally updated.
Sorry, Draki, I'm gonna interrupt you here. As P. Varley goes for a move on Dalgreen in P3, the battle for P3 here it is, folks. Oh no, Varley goes. Sorry, no, Varley and Dalgreen. Varley trying to go on the I think that was the inside and outside. Oh my word, he tried everything, but Dalgreen just defending for his life. What a move from Dalgreen. I mean, you know, defending someone like Peter. And I mean, look at that, Rocky. Peter's on him, and he goes over another move. He pulls out on the inside. Does he give him enough room? Yes, he does. Peter now alongside Dalgreen, which is the latest breaker. I think Peter was the latest breaker there. Peter goes ahead. Does he make the move stick? I think he has, Rocky. Can we please get the numbers now on Varley? Because Peter is having an incredible race so far. Can we please, Draki, get those statistics?
Well, from the last lap looking, he actually was 1/10 a lap faster, but he was losing some time in sector 1, and that's turn 1 to 3, and that's actually quite a tricky one. So I think the McLaren has a little bit less downforce than that Ferrari, but he wins so much time in sector 2 and 3. That's sector 2 he wins about 1/10, and sector 3 he won 2/10. That's quite some time he won. And now my data finally updated. Yeah, Varley was 1 second faster last lap than Dahlgren. So it sounds really really logic to me why he was faster. So I'm still keeping my eyes on the fight between the Bentley and the Ferrari, all the way from between Debug and Brinsley. They are still quite close, with about 1/10 of separation. That's not much. But also down the field, we have some guys that have quite some separation, but not that much. They are really close on each other. So I am looking forward to seeing some fights down the back with the Bentley and the Mercedes, Ferrari down there. I think it should be really fun. I'm still scooping through my data to look something interesting up for you. So that's actually right now we had Forsberg and Schun fighting last lap. But now when they had a clean lap, when separated from each other, Forsberg is actually 3/10 faster than Schun. That's really a lot. I get why he won that fight, because his pace right now at this track is really really high, and that just amazes me because I've seen the track. We all see the track right now. It's a really technical track, so I'm amazed that he's still doing his thing. So that's actually Shun falling a bit back. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm currently gonna take a look. But that's also Binserly really close on debug. He might go for a move this or the next lap. He's like 2 tenths behind. He's pushing. I think he can even smell what deodorant he has on today, and that's really close. So right now getting a look on Shun, and I think he made a mistake in one of the corners. He fell all the way back to P17. I think he will be able to recover from that, but that's gonna be a fight back up the grid because he has Forsberg then again in front of him and some other good guys. He's right now not fighting, he's right now pushing really hard to get close to the guys in front. So let's take a look at Farley. He's just pushing to get a lap. To get a real solid lap. He can see the Bentley all the way down the straight. He actually goes onto the grass for a little bit. I don't know what happened there. On the straight. And he's now just pushing into turn 1. Hoping he will catch up with the guys in front. So that's actually word from Panda that he real quick has to go. So we'll be taking over for about 20 minutes. Our screen will be stuck on Varley for now, but that's fine because I want to look at him and see how he will perform this race. I personally hope he gets a little bit close to P2 and P1 to push with them and see what he can do out there, because right now he has some free air. He's doing some nice lap times as I can see from the data, so I really hope he gets to do something good. He is almost 1 second faster than Binserly ahead, and that's really a lot. So there are currently 14 laps down for everyone. They have a lot of time left, an hour and 5 minutes. Currently, the weather is looking good, so let's hope it stays like that. Track temperature actually went up 2 degrees, but that makes a lot of sense with the cars pushing out there. They're getting really hot out there. I really hope they will get close to each other. And especially like Nate says, Bug needs to get some clean laps in. He's right now at the gap of 4 tenths with him and Binsley. So he actually made 3 tenths up. So that's a really good lap time from him. He had a 138.3 with Binsley behind doing 138.4. Right now they're pushing quite some lap times out there. We have not a lot of guys that are riding in a 136. Let me take a look. I think we have only one guy that's pushing 136, and that's actually Varley. He just pushed out a 136.9. That's a crazy lap around here. He was 2 tenths faster in sector 3 than Binsley, so looking forward to this fight. Hoping he will get out there and make a good race. Let's see what Zandvoort will take us, because currently the wind is nothing. I think the wind will pick up a little bit later if the weather data will be correct, because it's still on dynamic, so we're never sure what we can expect but for the next 30 minutes it will be still dry. So I hope the guys all took some dry tires, because during the pit stops there's no changing the tires. There's zero. You're only allowed to change a little bit of your setup, the wings, and that kind of still the standard stuff. And of course, get some extra fuel, because you never have enough fuel. And it's actually quite a gap that has fallen between Dahlgren and Vosburg. I was hoping they would get a fight, but right now they have about 3 seconds between them. Might get a little bit closer. That's actually Varley. That's only 3.9 seconds out from Binsley. That's getting really close. He's still pushing out those really good 136. So I'm looking forward to see some nice lap times out of him. We actually have number 13 Kruger. That's only 3 tenths out from Eugene in front of him. That's a McLaren against the BMW. This should be getting interesting. That's Kruger on my screen, not on your screen. Sorry for that. Actually getting quite close to BMW in front. Currently taking. Let's take a look. They just went into the last turn. They're right now on the straight. He's behind. He's getting some slipstream in. He's taking the outside actually into turn 1. Will it stick? No, it will not. He just changed his mind. So that's actually Vardy that just won 1.2 seconds in the last lap. That's crazy amount of times he just won. Him now right now breaking into the right hander. Then we will take the left hander onto turn 10. This is a real technical part coming up ahead with turn 11. That's really 90 degrees to the right. So getting full power down here and then there's late braking, going to the right, straight to the left on the apex. And hoping you will get a good exit for the last turn. He actually does hit some grass out there. So that's interesting. That's Kruger out there right now on your screen. P turn 13 on about 3 tenths of a second behind. Let's see what he can do. I hope he can get some good lap times in there. He's actually pushing quite a bit behind the BMW of him. He is about 3 tenths a lap faster, at least the last lap, than Eugene. As far as I know, yes. Yep, we still have the sounds. Jay had to go for a little bit because some things in his personal life, but he's still live streaming. He will be back with us in about 15 to 10 minutes. Ah, good. So that's the P9, that's Rego, that's only 3 tenths behind L in the Honda and the BMW. He's really pushing. He is really getting some pressure into there. Let's see if L will make a mistake. If he does, it's gonna be some places he loses because there are 3 or 4 guys right behind each other there. And we totally missed something I only see now, and that's Binsley past debug actually. He already has a 1.7 seconds of a gap. I am actually hoping we might get a replay in there for that, but I think it's too late. Yeah, that's unfortunately, but his pace is really up high. He's about 1.1 seconds faster than debug, so right now in the free air, if Binsley is really pushing. So that's back at 5 with Kruger, Eugene, and Natalie behind. Two McLarens and a BMW in front, leading the pack. Let's see what they can do here. They're coming out of there, so they're pushing up to turn 7, a fast right-hander. With the new track, it's actually almost full throttle down there. It's a real crazy part of the track. You can, in a Formula 1 car, it's in the 7th gear, full throttle down there. So that's actually car rejoining the track there. It went a little bit high, but that's currently Barnett in the Porsche that's pushing behind. Getting some pressure in there. They're all getting some pressure on each other. They're really packed down there. I hope no one makes a mistake and they have some clean racing down there, because it would be fun to see some fighting and some side by sides with each other. Maybe they can wave at eventually at each other. So we're right now. Yeah, Nate, go ahead. Yeah, indeed, it's turn 3 up ahead right now. It's a real difficult part of the circuit. It's all difficult, but it's some real late braking and some early gas. Oh, that's funny. That's has actually catched up with Debug. They are both really good races until now, quite clean actually. Yeah, it's a really hard track. I've seen some cars racing around here, the Mazda MX-5s actually. So they're a little bit smaller than these cars, but it was still interesting to see how much they pushed each other, and it was crazy because they eventually went three wide into turn 1, and that's almost impossible with these cars. But let's see what Farley can do with this lap time and how much pressure he can set on Debug. Actually, last lap we lost some time into the third sector. He lost 3/10 out there. That's, I think, a little bit of a mistake he made there. And that's gonna cost him a lot of time, because right now he is catching up again, 3/10 between them. He's really pushing hard. I hope. Yeah, that Bentley is just going crazy, man. Already 4 seconds between them. That's some crazy times he can set there. He actually went back up to the 137s, the Bentley, but still some good lap times. Let's see, this is a Mercedes. Godzilla. See what they can do. Also a little pack of 3, really tight together. So that's Godzilla that probably has to defend from plates, but also might want to push Varga ahead. So this is on board with Varga, the rear wing. There we have Godzilla and Plate pushing behind each other right now, going towards turn 13. Almost left now. That's actually Varley past Debug. Let's hope it was some clean racing out there. As far as I could see, it was clean. Yeah, also no incident, no accident involving. So it looked like it was fully clean, not even damage to each other, not even wheels touched. So that's actually Curtin in the Honda pushing towards Wood in the Ferrari. Let's see what he can put out. Currently about 2.9, excuse me, 0.29 seconds out from there. Getting it down the inside and past he goes. That's an amazing move down there in turn 10. That's risky, but he got it down clean, real clean. Yeah, that's the replay down there. Let's see. I thought he left open the door route, but wouldn't expect him to leave though. Yeah, I think he just missed his braking zone, and then he ran wide, and the door was straight open. That's a minor mistake you make out here, and then you lose your spot. So that's Curtin right now in P6, pushing to get away from Wood. Ooh, yes, interesting. McLarens are always nice cars to watch, but this is Medley against Kruger, really pushing each other around the track a little bit. They're right now into turn 3. Yep, sorry, my throat was a little bit hurting down there. But then indeed, Kruger got some time out of turn 3. Let's hope he can keep the time. Get behind them and hope he gets away from Medley. He can push ahead towards Riggle and BMW. Yeah, it does look like that. Yes, Schublum actually fell back early in the race. I saw him at P18, I think, or P16, but he pushed all the way back up towards P10.
Have good news. Hello.
And there we have Panda back in the race. Yeah, in the commentating box.
Right before the pit window opens as well. Rick took P1.
Yeah, we missed it. We couldn't get a replay back because it was way too late. But his race pace right now is 1:36.9, so that's quite a
Really,
crazy
really
time
good.
putting out there.
Yep. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm back.
Yeah, Nate, thank you for taking over and have a good one.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I do apologize. Just had to help with a few stuff real quick. Okay, so Rick's in the lead. Peter, as I said, going good. Debug looks like he's doing good. Oliver Curtin, P6. Okay. So I just have to get used to everything now. Like a lot of
That was
changes.
a really great move of Curtin onto Wood. Wood actually ran wide into turn 10 and just opened like 2 doors next to each other for Curtin, and he could just take the normal apex and he was past.
Well done to Curtin then. I've always liked Oliver. Absolutely amazing driver. Jazz Forsberg as well. He's doing good. I think Oliver is chasing him a bit. Hey, he's doing decent. Doesn't look like he's had any incidents today, which is probably good. But Rocky, anything else I've missed today?
Not right now.
Okay. That's decent. Well, hi everyone. I am back. Okay, well let's get back in. So, do we have any battles currently going on? Down to Xavier Eugene. No, he is behind someone, but who's that ahead of him?
We have Blade
Madley.
also behind Godzilla pushing.
That's gonna be interesting as well.
Yeah, that's
Plates
the Ferrari Mercedes fight we used to see from Formula 1.
both really good. Oh, Plates and Godzilla. You know what? That could be interesting because the thing is, as I said, if Godzilla does bad in this race, Ignacy Budjek, who isn't racing today, still has a chance at the championship, Rocky. So
That's actually true indeed.
So I want to have a look real quick. So let's go through them real quick. Currently, where's Godzilla? He's currently in P15, so he would be out of reach, right? Well, yeah, I think he would just be out of reach. Samuel Kruger, he might be in reach, actually. Ooh, that's... I think he's going to be out of reach as well. Rigel, where's Rigel? Rigel out of reach as well. Daniel Barnett, oh my word. This, honestly, currently, Draki, this is looking extremely good for Ignacy Budchek's, for his... He still has the chance, Draki, not even lying. He still has a chance to somehow win the championship, even though he isn't racing in the last race. Well done to him. That is absolutely amazing. Wow, wow, wow.
That he has a really crazy season. First race already P1. Race 6 P2, race 7 P2. That's really counting on each other. And that's actually Eugene and Plate going into the pits with Kruger and Pinpoint also in the pits.
Let's have a look at that real quick. Yeah, so I assume the... Oh, yeah, so it did just open up. The pit window did just open up. Where's Kruger? But he said... Oh.
It's right now just getting out to the pit exit. That's Jeffer, Varga, Shun in there.
Everyone currently pitting as we see Emo Plate now exiting. We'll see when Rick Binnersley up ahead pits. That's definitely going to be interesting because he has to play it really well, doesn't he, Rocky? Because if he gets a problem, that could a long pit stop could be quite costly for Rick right now. I hope for his sake.
That's gonna cost.
Sorry, you can continue. Sorry, Rocky. I want to step over you.
Oh no, it just my throat is not going that well. Let's say it like that.
No,
yeah, but Rigel still has a shot to get P1 with shared with Buksek, but Rigel needs to get P1 in this race. He needs 100 points to has to have the same amount of points as Busek.
See, okay, I am still trying to figure out the point system. I'm going to be deadly honest with you. I'm still trying to figure out how exactly the point system works. If one of the admins could just type me a quick message to the point system, because I have tried to figure this out for quite a few races now, and I'm not quite sure how it's determined. So we'll see if we get a response on that, everyone, and we can work out if anyone has a chance of touching that league. But I mean, to be quite fair, Draki, kind of surprisingly, Godzilla done a P14. He has not had the best race today, has he? I don't know whether Merck's just struggling at Zandvoort, but he honestly, I mean, I think he would be hoping for a better race, because if he got a decent race, he would have been, he would have been able to lead the championship, to win everything,
Yeah, that would have been awesome, but he's down there in P15 actually. That's gonna cost him a lot of points there.
That's gonna. I mean, I'm not quite sure how many points P15 brings home, but I can tell you it's a loss. It's a lot less than what he needs at this point. It is a lot less than what he needs. See what happens. Hopefully, for his part, he has a better race. But on the other hand, I do want to see Ignacy win because he is extremely nice. I'm not biased. Okay, I might be a bit biased, but that's how life goes, guys. Sometimes you have to be a bit biased. No, but seriously, honestly, all of these guys, I think, extremely good racers. Rick Binnersley now behind Peter Varley, but why do I have a slight feeling Peter hasn't pitted yet? Rocky. Do you know if Peter has pitted yet?
Not sure. I didn't see him go for the pit, so
yeah. So maybe Rick
I'm worried
pitted.
that he didn't pit.
Maybe Rick pitted and Peter didn't. So Peter's actually in a net P2 or P3. Because of how how I'm looking at it right now.
That's gonna be really interesting with Peter not pitting there.
Because see, Peter is currently is he gonna dive into the pits now? No, he. Wait, does he? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
There he goes.
Actually, he takes pits right now.
Okay, so he goes for extremely late pit. Yeah, Rick. Okay, so Rick Rick will be able to, should probably be able to catch him. We'll see. Maybe Peter could Peter have right? Can he still get out ahead of Rick Bittersley? Could he have possibly done this? Let's have a look. This is gonna be interesting, though. Okay, I don't think he will. I think he's gonna get released right behind Rick. Well, let's see what happens. Rick coming up now onto the left-hand side of the Triple Eight car. Yeah, Rick is passed. Okay, so Peter, I'm not quite sure. That's a weird strategy, because you would think, Draki, that Peter just dives in behind Rick. Because, I mean, for those who don't know, Peter was behind Rick. So you would think that Peter dives in behind Rick and tries to, catch him on the field rather than catching him in the pits. Because the pits doesn't really look... I mean, he's 24 seconds behind Rick now. So that's a bit weird for me, Draki. I haven't seen that. Is there any, explanation to why Peter would be doing that instead of just, following Rick in? Why, he would go for the late stop?
Might have tried to do an overcut, but he didn't have the clearance for that. Like, the gap was way too close. Because the gap was 31 seconds and he's already 13 seconds behind. So that means you need about 44 seconds in this pit lane with the pit stop included. That gap wasn't there, so I'm not sure what he tried out there. Maybe his engineer said it was tactical, but didn't look like it.
Yeah, I mean, because that's quite weird, because Peter, he was really catching up to Rick, and now he's got a big, 13-second gap. So, I'm kind of thinking, did they maybe... Because the thing is, as you said, it's a 5-minute gap. You can't really, go for an overcut, Overcuts usually, over, quite a bit longer time in GT3 racing, 10, 15 minutes. So, that's extremely weird. I would love to get him, because we do have post-race interviews, by the way, everyone. We do have post-race interviews. So we'll see. We're definitely gonna see what Varley was thinking. I'm gonna ask him what he's thinking. Oh crap! I've been calling Varley Peter this whole time. It's actually Phil Varley. I feel so stupid. Do apologize to everyone. I've been calling him Peter. It's actually Phil. Oh no, I feel stupid.
You gotta
wow.
get some coffee, mate.
Yeah, I think I do. It's getting late, man. It's almost 11 right now. Almost 11, so it's getting late. Leave me alone, guys. Come on. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
so
well, it's 11 for us.
For
I
us,
think
yeah,
a lot of
because...
guys might be in the US.
No, I don't think there is, actually. Well, yeah, I do know there are some US drivers, but I think a lot of them are EU as well. I think Oliver
That's
is EU as well.
interesting.
By the way, Oliver Kurtzen now, P4, really closing up to debug. That's 8 tenths. Draghi, can we get some lap times on those two?
We certainly can. So that's Curtin doing 137.3, but Debug doing a 139.1. I don't know what's up with Debug, but his lap time is not good.
Kurtzen currently has the pace of the leaders, doesn't he, Draghi? I mean, he currently has the pace of the leaders. If he's quick...
He is about 2/10 of the pace, now 1/10 of the pace of P1. That's good. That's a really good pace, because once you get past him, you get some free air, you get some better downforce. You will be on the pace of P1 and P2. That's some crazy lap times.
I mean, if P1 and P2 do start battling, let's say, Varley somehow catches Binnersley, then Oliver could possibly, start catching them, which, I mean, would be extremely good for him. I want to keep my... Draki, if you could do me a favor, keep your eye on Oliver. I have a feeling he's going to show us some magic today. He, honestly, though, poor Oliver, he has had, for those who don't know, Oliver's had a couple of rough races. Really, it has been tough for him. Gonna have a look. I mean, he started off, first race P9, second race DNF, third race P2, Fourth race P1, fifth race P9, sixth race DNF, and then race 7, the previous race here at Suzuka. I think it was Suzuka? Yeah, I think it was Suzuka. He finished P19. So Draki hasn't had a lot of good races. I'm hoping for him that he can get a podium finish, that top 3. I think for him it would be extremely good. Oliver, we believe in you. You can do this. Go, go, go. Nothing against you, Debug, but just let Oliver pass, man. Let Oliver pass.
No, don't let him pass. I want to see this fight.
Come on, man. Oliver needs to start catching Varley.
That's less than 4/10 of between Debug and Curtin, actually.
They are extremely close. Okay. We're going to go down a field. Magnus Dalgreen. He was once upon a time in the top 5. He is no longer. Well, I think he was at least. I might be wrong. Top 10 at least. And he is no more now. Now, Magnus is down in P13. Magnus is just like Godzilla, isn't he? They're struggling, man. They're having a hard race. They're not really, where they want to be. Godzilla now coming up in 3 seconds to Plate, Mo Plate, who is actually one of the championship rivals. We need to keep an eye on that battle as well, because that's going to be a critical overtake. Draki, if Godzilla can catch Mo and he can overtake him, he might actually have a chance at winning this. So we'll see what he can do. Can we get some lap times on them? What's the difference in lap times between Mo and Godzilla?
We'll get them in a second, but actually I'm hoping that Plate will get in front, because I just saw in the standings that he has a Dutch flag, so let's go Plate. Totally not on one side.
Let's go Plate. Let's go Plate.
So
Guys,
that's actually Godzilla catching Plate by 5/10 a lap. Let's see in what sector he gains. He gains in sector 1, in sector 2, and in sector 3 he loses a little bit. So he could even win more by just pushing a little bit better in sector 3. But sector 3 is a tricky part, because we have turn 11, 12, 13 and 14 out there, and 11 to 12 is a tricky one to link. Because you have a right-hander at turn 11, that's almost 90 degrees, and then you go to turn 12, and that's connected straight away to not P13, turn 13. Yeah, P13, turn 13, all the same. Yeah, I'm watching lap data, I'm looking at the map, I'm looking at Curtin and Debug kind of fighting.
You're looking at everything, aren't you? You're looking at everything.
I'm going crazy out here.
Best analyst, man. I think RWB should probably offer you a job as analyst, race analyst.
And that's actually, could we get a camera on Mr. Wood in P21? He's actually into the pits right now.
Wait, does that mean...
That's really amazing.
If he's into the pits, that means he might be retiring. I hope for his part he isn't. Hopefully his party can still drive. We'll see what Nigel does. But I think, once you go into the pits this late stage, I think it's kind of over, isn't it, Rocky? Because there's no way.
Yeah, especially with 34 minutes left. He's in P21. I don't know what his lap times were. Let's take a look at them, if they aren't that bad.
Or it could just be busy in real life, something needs their attention. As we look at Oliver Curtin now, 3 temps, I was about to say, 3 temps behind Oliver. Oh my word, look at how much Oliver closes into turn 1. Come on, Oliver, come on. Just take the position, we know you want to. Poor Debug, man, he is under so much pressure from Oliver. Oliver really just sticking up his behind. That is absolutely amazing. Wow.
Crazy out there. The only sector Debug has a little bit of rest is sector 3, because Curtin is just not I don't think Sector 3 likes him or he doesn't like Sector 3. It's one or another. Because he lost about 2/10 out there last lap, and that's quite a lot actually.
I think it would be. I think at this point, Rocky, I think he maybe just doesn't like Sector 3. I don't think Sector
Oh, that's
3.
around the outside he was
Okay.
looking.
He was looking at it, but he couldn't do it. And has he lost him too much time? I don't think he has. Looks like he's no.
Nah,
He is. He's
still
catching.
pushing.
Oh, he's catching rapidly. Look at that. 2/10. 2/10 he gained on that straight. Well, sorry, he gained 3/10. He was down from 5/10 to 2/10. Amazing racing here from Oliver. Honestly, this is the type of stuff I was talking about. Because the thing is, Oliver has a problem because Forsberg is now right on his butt, the Rocky. So Oliver now needs to get a move on, get past Debug, and he needs to put a car between him and Forsberg before Forsberg starts attacking. As Oliver goes off, no, Oliver goes off, and that has cost him, folks. That's cost him a lot of time. Oh, can he regain that time into turn 1? I think he does a bit, but not too much. What's the gap? We'll wait for the gap to update here. It says 5/10 currently. I think it's a bit smaller than 5/10. Okay, at least, you know what, the Rocky, I think that's what we were saying, you know. At Zandvoort, you have two types of mistakes. Either big mistakes or small mistakes. Oliver made a small mistake, but almost had big consequences. So, Oliver, you can't do that, my man. You need to keep it consistent, my boy. You need to keep it consistent. Hopefully you can. Rocky, who do we look at next? Let's go a bit down the field. Who do we look at next?
Yeah, I see Kruger really close onto Barnett. That's a McLaren against the Porsche the fight for P8 actually.
Daniel Barnett, an amazing driver, but honestly, that Porsche, Finzo and I were talking about this a couple of weekends back. Daniel's a good driver, but that Porsche, he just needs to upgrade, man. You need to upgrade from that Porsche. Like, nothing against Porsche, but it just isn't on the same level. It really does struggle through some, you know, especially at tracks like Spa, Zandvoort, Suzuka. So, honestly, personally, nothing against Porsche, but Daniel, you know, take the Ferrari, man. Just take the Ferrari. You need to. Just run it.
Some good advice from Mr. J.
I hope it's good advice, otherwise I might have screwed him over.
We'll see. Season 3. If he is even slower than in a Ferrari than he is right now in that Porsche, he will find.
Yeah, I probably won't live long, will I? That gap between Emo Plate and Godzilla closed now to only 2 seconds, right under 2 seconds. Rocky, I think Godzilla is catching Emo. I do think
that's Kruger looking down the inside turn 1 actually, Barnett. And he's passed.
And he made the move.
He sticked it.
We get a 10-second replay of that. I think we're gonna get a 10-second replay. Let's see if we can. And look, he looks down the inside.
Looking,
yes.
and just has to better exits.
Daniel gives him too much space almost, and Kruger just flies by. Well done, Samuel Kruger there. Beautiful move, and now he can hopefully run away from Barnett. Barnett now under threat by Rigel, and Rigel still under threat by Emo Plate. Yeah, Draki, I think these three are gonna be in a train for quite a bit. As Godzilla, we see him in the background there. Those 4 are gonna be in a train. Let me correct myself. I think those 4.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy out there.
Meanwhile, going from battling to non-battling, Rick Bittersley, Draki. Currently, how many seconds ahead of his nearest?
He leads by 16 seconds, rounded up.
Rick's loving this, isn't he? He's just having his own race.
He's cruising in that Bentley, like sitting there with the airco on probably, listening to some music, just having some fun talk with his engineer.
Just really enjoying it, isn't he? Actually, to be quite fair, talking about engineers, so most of these racers don't have engineers, right? Funnily enough, I mean, you know, I've always offered myself to help, you know, if they needed one. But like, Draki, I don't get it, but most of these guys, funnily enough, do not have engineers at all. Like, I would expect them to have engineers, but they just don't.
Actually, Curtin does has he has an engineer, Kraken. as far as I can see.
No, he isn't. Wait, really?
It says in the right hand bottom for me. When you look at Curtin, I think he might have an engineer actually right now.
I'm actually not quite sure because the thing is, because I've talked to Curtin quite a bit, right? I have talked to Oliver quite a bit, and I've said, "Listen, if you need an engineer, let me know." And every time he's responded to me by saying, "No, thanks, I don't really do engineers. I'm kind of a lone wolf." So, could Oliver have gotten the engineer for the final race, hoping it would pay off? Could
He
that?
might have, because he's actually pushing behind quite a bit. His lap time was about 600ths of a second faster than Debug last lap, so he might get some data from his engineer, which is helping him right now. Getting, by the way, a
Yes,
beautiful exit right there.
I think he'll be able to make the move. Unfortunately, oh, he does look at it. Does look at it. Look at the outside. But is he going for a
Might
switchback?
cross
Is he
back,
going for no, he can't do the switchback.
but
I don't
he's
think Debug
right
left
on the
the
steel.
space. Come on, could this
This
be
is
the
gonna
lap?
be interesting. Into turn 3 in a moment. He
Oliver
might do
just
some
loses
good.
so much pace through there, and that's Look at Forsberg now, only 1.1 seconds back. Forsberg is
Yeah,
going to start attacking Oliver.
Forsberg is pushing out some laps about 9/10 faster than Curtin out there. So that's some good lap times right there.
This is going to be extremely interesting. And now, I want to go back, Rocky, to our old friend Emo, who Godzilla has now caught up to Emo, and is now a 4-wide battle. I think
Yeah.
Samuel Kruger that we saw previously really pulled ahead. Already, I think 5 seconds up the road. Yeah, already 5 seconds up the road. So he definitely had a better pace. But yeah, look at this train. I mean, go to the train. Rigel, Daniel Barnett. We have Emo Plate, and then of course we have Godzilla, and they're all just fighting for what P? I think it's P9. Am I correct, Rocky? Yeah, they're all fighting for P9.
Yeah, P9 indeed. So Rigel is being pushed by by Barnett. Barnett is being pushed by Plate, and Godzilla is
Plate.
pushing Plate. But they also need to defend from each other, so they are doing two things at the same time, pushing and
See,
defending.
yes. Plate is currently, because if you look at standings, Godzilla is ahead of Plate. So I think Plate's currently just thinking, listen, I need to keep Godzilla behind me because, he shouldn't score a lot of points. I need to keep his points to the minimum and hope that I can somehow get more points than him or at least get a better finish.
And that's actually
Sorry, I
Plate
totally missed that.
past
Sorry,
Barnett.
I totally missed that. I do want to replay of that. Play past Barnett after such a long while. We're gonna have a little replay of that. I'm not quite sure which corner this is in. I think that
I
this is
think he
straight.
pushed it behind, yeah, on the straight. He got next to him actually. Look full next, he's actually past him.
And then
Then Barnett
gets
has
the
the
boost.
outside and just
Godzilla has a
loses.
problem. Godzilla has to back off there because otherwise he would have had a problem with Barnett. He would have ran straight into Barnett. What a race! And as we say that, Godzilla actually passed Barnett as well. I think we missed that, folks. But Godzilla passed Barnett. So Godzilla and Plate both cutting through the field together. See how that turns out for them. We'll definitely see how that turns out for them. I want to have a look up again, sorry, at Oliver Curtin. Has he? I don't think he's. Wait, has he made a move? He
I
is. Okay, so he has
think,
made a move. He has
yeah,
made a
he
move. He is
passed
currently.
Debug.
I'm not quite sure when he passed Debug. But he is now let loose, and he has open air to Phil Vardy, who's 21 seconds up the road. Rocky, do you think he'll be able to catch him?
Depends on his pace. We'll see next lap what his pace is, but he only has 23 minutes left. So that's about, yeah, they're
Second lap.
riding about 140s a lap. So yeah, they have about 10 laps left maybe, max.
This is gonna get interesting. This is definitely gonna get interesting. And still, after all this battling, Rick Binnersley comfortably Draki just leading the race. Come on, Rick.
16
well
and a
done.
half seconds. That's
Bro, Rick's
like
just
he has champagne in his car and is just drinking champagne already.
he is at this point, isn't he? He is at this point. That's absolutely amazing. Rick really just going on his own race. Draki, what I'm gonna do
That's
is
me.
I am going I'm going to put you on the battle here, but Forsberg, Sojblom, and Debug. Right, I'm going to put you in that. I'm going to talk to. I'm just going to go. Just tell the drivers that we're going to interview the top 3. So the stream is yours temporarily. I'll be right back.
Roger Dodger. I also want to speak Phil, but that's a personal meaning. So that's currently the fight with Forsberg, Shablum, and Debug. Forsberg pushing about 6 tenths behind Debug, getting some good lap times in there. He actually last lap he was slower, 3 tenths slower than Debug. I'm gonna say I'm amazed. Because here you see it now 9 tenths behind Debug. Debug 1.3 seconds behind Curtin. That's way too much. Curtin is just pushing away, getting towards Valerie. I'm interested to see what Shablon will be able to do because his last lap wasn't that great, to be honest. A 139.1. I have seen some better times out there.
I have just been shouted on by both the drivers, and I think I'm going to get a shouting after the race from Nate. Don't worry, Nate. Nate Charger, don't worry. I didn't go yelling them. I quite literally said 2 words and I was out. So don't worry. And I did watch that. I did make sure none of them were in battles. I chose a decently good time. Sorry, do apologize, but I promise I didn't cause too much damage. Anyways, Draki, what happened?
Forsberg had a really bad lap. He lost a lot of time already. Now again, he lost 7 tenths towards Debug. His pace is just falling back. I think he's just settling into P5. I don't think he sees the future being any brighter anywhere near P4. So, but that's actually Shablon being half a second behind Forsberg. So interesting to see what happens.
See if Sojblom can catch up to him. We'll see what they do. Yeah, I do want to apologize to some of the racers that are listening. Hope I didn't bother too much. I did make sure no one was battling. No one had any big battles at least. Just want to say that. Sorry. Honestly, Forsberg, yeah. I don't know. Draki, personally, I don't think Forsberg will be able to get into that top 4, top 3. I think at this point Forsberg's kind of settled into P5. I think that'll probably be his end position. You know, it's a decent position for him. I mean, Forsberg, I'll have a look at his record in a bit, but I think Forsberg, it's a good record. P5's not too bad for him, to be quite fair. P5's not too bad for him. Go up to Debug. Will Debug be able to catch Oliver Draki?
I don't think so, and even if he will be able to catch, you saw how long they were in battle last time. Curtin won't let him pass. He will be defending like he's Max Verstappen. He will be really. I don't think Debug will get past, even if he is on a steal.
Even if he somehow catches up. Okay. Actually, so okay, you mentioned some Dutch drivers earlier.
Yes.
Give me a second, real quick.
So that's actually ammo plate that has a Dutch flag in front of his name on our standing. So I believe he is Dutch. Let's hope it's true, because then I also want to interview him. Of course.
I think so. I have just gotten word that I am flying tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. So what I'm gonna do is, everyone is, I'm gonna be in here for another 13-ish minutes. Then the Rocky, you are going to be taking over. My madman, you are going to be taking over for his final few laps. And then, if you're fine with it, I think you and Nate can do the interviews, or you can do the interviews. It's just so I, so I actually get on the plane tomorrow morning. Otherwise, I'm kind of screwed.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Otherwise, I'll die. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
I don't think
but
I will have camera control though.
It's fine. Don't worry. No, I think Nate will. Nate, please. Nate, we're gonna need you. You're gonna need to take camera control for his last few laps. Sure, Nate won't be too bothered. Let's have a look though. Droghi. So, very
Yes.
common theme. Want to go back to MO? Oh, actually, I just tuned into the right time. Oh, I'm a magician. Godzilla going on a move for Emma Plate, but Emma Plate defends it. Godzilla not being able to get the exit, and they go around again. I think that was into turn 1 as well. Yeah, it was. Going through turn 2, through turn 3 now. Godzilla. Oh, I think it was back market that just pulled over there. Okay, that's good. Excuse me. When did Godzilla start trying these type of things? When did Godzilla decide that this was okay? I did not get the memo.
I think his memo in his own head just said to him, "You only have 60 minutes left. Push."
Go for it. My word. Look at this, but Emho played at the same time, trying a move on Rigel. Godzilla. Oh, he is. Rocky. He's really wanting to go for this, isn't he? Oh my word. Godzilla really wanting to go for it. Really clean racing as well, may I say. Let's see if Emo can make a move here on Rigel. Looks like he's extremely close. Come on, Emo, we trust in you. Come on, Emo. Oh, lose the backhander a bit. That might give Godzilla a bit of a jump on him. I think it does too much. Come on, Rigel. I'm not quite sure who I want in this battle, man. I mean, I want Rigel to keep defending it, but, I want Emo to get in front. The Rocky? I'm not quite sure, man. I'm not quite sure who I want to win here.
Just let them fight.
Let them fight? Okay. Let them fight? No favorites? Okay. But I mean, Emo Plate is the only Dutch person on this grid, I think, as far as Draki says, guys. So, I think secretly Draki is hoping inside that Emo, overtakes and finish as well. Draki may not admit it, but I know inside, deep inside you, I know you're thinking that. Don't worry.
I will not confirm nor deny anything.
I cannot confirm nor deny anything. Okay, fine, Rocky. Fine.
It's a safety measure.
It's. No, it's fine. Don't worry. Okay, let's have a look upfield at Forsberg. Forsberg actually in P6 now. Dropped the position, currently getting attacked by Madly. Look at Madly, really on Forsberg, isn't he? Honestly, I do think Forsberg, personally, I think Forsberg pushed a bit too hard in his first stint. I think he's definitely feeling it now, because he's losing time to debug. Emil Sojblom, absolutely amazing. He kind of just got in there. I'm not quite sure how, but he's in P4. Well done, Emil. Well done. You go for it, man. You did good, pulling a 6-second gap to debug. Well done, Emil. Well done. Honestly, Rocky, it's been a decently clean night, hasn't it?
I did expect some more carnage, actually. But it's been really clean. Some minor touches with overtaking, but nothing lethal.
Honestly, though, I am glad
That's
as well.
good.
At this point, I am glad. I think it's pretty fun. I think races like this, I think there is a place inside of Carnage. I think this race especially, it's been really fun seeing the drivers really pull out their full potential. Really showing us how to race. really showing us what they can do under these type of circumstances. Nate, I see you on deaf, and hello. Yeah, I'll probably be gone in about 8-ish minutes. If you're fine of taking the cameras from there. Damn, man, it's been a long season. I only have 8 minutes left of commentary, and then I have to go. Rocky,
There's
once again, thank you
always
for-
a season 3.
Okay, I hope I can see you the next season. A lot more. I think this is definitely. It's been fun having you here, man. We've had a bit of hiccups during this race today, but it's been extremely fun having you. I think, chat, everyone watching, I think we're definitely going to see a lot more of Draki and Finzo in season 3. I think it's going to be very extremely fun. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun.
It's gonna be crazy, but crazy fun.
If you ever lower. Oh no, I will not. Oh no, I won't. I'm not gonna. Honestly, but they've been going at this for about hours now, mate. It's they've been on each other. Godzilla actually dropping back now, funnily enough, 1.3 seconds. But yeah, no. Listen, Plate and Rigel, they're probably gonna be battling till the very last lap. They're doing good, both of them. But I think that's a battle that still has some fuel in it, Draki. Or am I incorrect? Actually, Draki, what are they lapping at? I think Rigel?
Currently, that will be Plate with a 1:38.58, and you were looking for Plate in
Rigel.
Rigel.
Yeah.
Rigel
He's
is 1:38.52.
2.
So Plate
So-
is actually about 600ths of a second faster.
600ths. Everyone watching, he did just say 600ths. That's amazing, man. Like, these people are separated by that small margin. That's really. I mean, listen. Personally, I personally like tracks like France more. You know, where there's a lot more overtaking opportunities. But I mean, that just shows you how brutal this racing is, Loki. Because you can get so close, but yet you just can't put your nose in. You can't overtake. I think it's irritating for some of the drivers. I do think it's definitely irritating. But I think it makes a good driver. I think that's what makes a good driver. If you can stick it out and. I'm gonna say this, just kind of be like, hey, I'm gonna get past. Just kind of accept what happened and move on.
Yeah, that makes a good drive, but what also makes a good driver is being able to run P1 and have a 19.5 gap to the guy behind.
We keep talking about Rick,
Just say.
and then it's like everyone's in a battle except Rick. He's just there overtaking.
Rick just
the
passing
back
another
just,
back marker.
Just casually, hi everyone, I'm Rick. Well done to Rick, and beautiful race from Rick today. A beautiful race today from Rick. Well done to him. Yeah, Rocky, his race has been, incredible. I haven't seen a race like it for a long time. Well done to him. I hope in season 3 we see a lot more of him. I think he definitely has more potential, and he's shown us this season. So hopefully Rick can show us how he leads at other tracks later this season. But okay, I hope he can.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see a lot more of him. Zandvoort is one of those technical tracks, so as far as I know, we have Spa in there. That's also quite technical, but with a bit more straight line speed also needed. So he might be able to pull some crazy P1 off also there in the next season, because his car just flies, man. It's like he's just flying an F16 and the rest is just sitting there.
And like
It's
Boeing
crazy speed.
737s.
Yeah, them being in a Piper and him just pushing by in an F16. It's crazy, man.
I don't think any of the non-plane enthusiasts will catch any of those references, but hey, it's fine. You guys can go look it up after.
As long as we do.
As long as we do. But honestly, so everyone, this is of course the final race of the season. Now, season 3, as far as I'm concerned, hasn't been confirmed yet. I did have a look at the RWB website. It hasn't been confirmed yet, and we don't have a time for when it will start. So I think the second that starts up, I do think definitely, I think myself, Draki, Finzo, and hopefully a few others gonna jump in and give you guys some good commentary every Saturday, or maybe maybe Fridays or whatever. But I think we've had, I mean, Draki, to give an idea, we've had a lot of people, I think, that like season 2, because if I go to the videos, I'm trying to find it now, GT2021 season 2, right? Almost every single video. I just want to make sure I have my facts right. Okay. You guys heard it there first. The next race is, sorry, the next series is confirmed. We do have an official, okay, so we do have an official, oh, there it is. Okay, sorry, I'm just blind. I can wander it over, still. It's gonna drop. I need to find it. Balance of power, is that right? So, okay, let's have a look. So, oh, this looks extremely cool. Can you upset the equilibrium of the balance of power? We'll be keeping the gaps nice type series with a little dash of S ball blast and a sprinkle of qualifying tweaks designed to keep spicy throughout the field. Draki, are you gonna join me for this season?
I might do. Yes.
I might do. So, okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look at how the season's gonna look right before I go. So, short manual formations, max stint time no restriction, max total driving time no restriction, tire sets no restriction, so they can have as many tire sets as they want. That's gonna change everything. Qualifying is a 35-minute session. Gold drivers get 35 to 29 minutes. Silver gets 26 to 16 minutes, and bronze or unrated get 14 minutes or to the end to qualify. And then they all so Drake, I don't know if you know how ball last works, but basically how it works is success ball last based on finishing position in your previous race. If you miss a race where you should carry ball last, you will carry it into the next race you attend. So if you first it's 30 kilograms, second it's 25 kilograms, third it's 20 kilograms, and so it goes on. So I can tell you guys, I have not seen a system like this in quite a while. I think it's going to be extremely fun. It's going to be funny as well to see, how it works out. So everyone, please remember to tune in. I should make sure I have it. I think it's the 16th of October, Nate? Yeah. It's 8 BST. It's 8 BST. Close enough though. I'll give you guys the rundown of the tracks there. So for its first track is Monza, then Barcelona, or Spain without the S, it's Spain. Donington as well, Zolder, Imola, Zandvoort, Draki, and then right after Zandvoort we have the season end at Spa.
Oh, that's Zandvoort and Spa behind each other. That's gonna be interesting.
That's gonna be interesting. I cannot wait for this. Everyone, please remember to sign up for that if you haven't already. You can go to the RWB international website at www.rwbracing.club/events, and you can have a look there and sign up. Everyone, my name has been Jay. Draki, thank you so much for commentating. Nate and Charger and all the admins, thank you guys so much for welcoming me into this series. It has been amazing fun. I cannot wait to I can't wait for the next one. I cannot wait for the next series. I think it's gonna be an amazing series. I will be watching the end of this race, so Draki, don't screw it up. But yeah, thank you guys, everyone, so much. My name has been Jay, and Nate, the camera's over to you. Draki, the comms are over to you. I am officially going. Thank you guys for the season, and I will see you all next time. See you guys.
Bye. Yes, fly safe out there. So actually going into the action, if you look at P10 and P11, that's Blade and Godzilla. those guys are close with each other. With Rigel in front, they are really pushing. That's actually played just looking around the outside there. Going into turn 10 right now, we might get some action in. Nah, he sticks behind. This is gonna be interesting. Oh yes, that's Chum and Varga behind each other. Real close actually, 2/10 of a second. Oh, that's an almost hit, man. That's some really close racing. We have 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Oh, and that's actually a crash out there. That's Sean that spun because Fargo went wide and actually started a little bit of drifting out there. That's indeed a replay word. So there we have an almost miss. Then Vargas starts drifting around here right now. So you actually see his car. Yeah, and he just loses speed, and the BMW comes in with a lot of overspeed and just couldn't hit his brake in time. That's the first actual crash of today. We haven't had any crashes. That's really real good around this track. That means the drivers are racing clean, and that's good to hear because Zandvoort is still tricky, and that Splate's still pushing. Actually looking at indeed the timing out here, he is still 19.2 seconds behind, so I think we had a little bit of a technical error there. But that's actually Godzilla that went back 1.7 seconds now behind Plates, and Plates still half a second behind Rigel. I think Godzilla just wants to play it safe for the last lap. Make sure he gets it home, make sure he gets his points, and that's probably gonna be P11 or someone is Middleton. Depends on what Binsley does. Going out there last corner, he has 15 seconds. Yes, that's gonna be another lap for them all. But that's gonna be the last one. So Binsley just gonna get it home. No worries, he's just cruising out there. It's crazy, man. He still has a 19.2 seconds gap with Farley. That's quite some time out there. Let's see if you have some battles still on the track. Oh, they're real close racing. Both want some good points. Debug fell back from P2 towards P5 there. But that's Madly really pushing behind him. Trying to see if he makes a mistake. They both want some good points out there indeed. That's interesting. It's going around the outside into turn 1. Actually, that's way too far to the outside, so lost some speed there. Might be able to get back onto him with turn 3 here. Because it's still quite an interesting track. They still have turn 7 where we might be able to do something. And it's also played real close to Rigel. Looking around the outside. Yeah, that's Bennesley. Just weaving, going with the checkered flag, and that's Bennesley ending in P1. That's a real good season finisher for him. Ran a solid race out there. Yeah, this is Medley just backed off of debug. This is Plate still pushing. Yeah, he doesn't have much time left. That's turn 10 they're currently into. And it's no problem. That's actually Vardy that's just finished. That's really nice. Yeah, that's skirting. Real solid race he had. Shabloom also real nice. He had some good action. They're still close to the line, but that's debug in front of Madley ending P5, P6. Vosberg ending P7 over the line. And that's the next McLaren over the line, P8. And that's Plate with Rigel over the line. Rigel on P9, Plate P10. Let's see the beautiful Aston Martin coming over the line in a solid P11. It's Barnett with Godzilla way behind getting over the line. Yeah, there we have Godzilla coming out of the last corner. Those guys already finished. Yep, they all finished, sound and safe. Some retired quite early, I think. Yeah, we have some guys that are 42 laps behind, so it's Pinpoint and Nigel Wood that didn't finish the race, neither of them. That was quite the interesting final race out there. Yeah, let's see. I'm real interested to Curtin. I really hope to get him into here because he had, in my eyes, one of the most interesting races of all the guys. Yeah, I just hope to get Curtin in here. Let's see. I'm actually just gonna be over there in a moment. 1 second, gonna ask them if they were interested in anything.
Why am I in here?
You were flying over the track, man.
Flying, I don't know, but yeah, was better race than the last 3 ones, so quite happy with that.
Yeah, we saw some battles out there with debug. How did that feel eventually to get past them and just fly away from them?
Yeah, I was thinking that his Ferrari was so wide. I mean, he was defending very well, and at some point I thought I would never find the way to pass him. And then yeah, in the twisty bits at the back of the circuits, I had a bit more pace, and I managed to half pass him on the outside. And then at the next braking, something happened with the Audi behind, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I think that there was contact between them, and I was lucky to be able to pass and then not have contact with anyone. And then yeah, it was just a matter of finishing the race, let's say.
Yeah, it was a good race for you. Quite some points you got out there. Right
Yeah.
now, without the points, you're in P7, but I expect you to go up a bit.
Yeah, but
With,
I mean, I had some championship hopes, but they vanished for the in where was it? Hungaroring, and the one before was I don't remember, but had one DNF and one very bad finish, and then Suzuka was also quite bad. So yeah, that's life.
yeah, indeed, a DNF, a P19, but also
Yeah.
another P1. So you have 2 wins this season, and that's real good. Right now in the top 10, I do not see anything. Oh yeah, of course, Farley with 2 wins this
Yeah.
season.
I think it's Rick who has 2 wins. No, I didn't win 2 times. I won only once, I guess.
It says here race 4 you got P1 with 100 points.
Yes, but here I'm third, though.
Oh yes, of course. Sorry, my mind is broken. I'm tired after 1.5 hours of talking and talking and talking.
No problem.
Excuses. Let's get to debug. Actually, you had quite the race out there, man. Tell us about it. How did it feel?
Oh, cheers, dude. Yeah, it was amazing. I got an amazing start. Audi was behind me, and I think he was doing me a massive favour holding up the pack. So yeah, I just basically kept myself to myself, and yeah, Oliver, I really enjoyed that battle. It was yeah, I kind of think you definitely had me on those little chicane parts, but yeah, it was a great battle with Oliver Curtin, and to be fair, Binnisley and I can't remember who the other person was, but Varley as well. So yeah, no, great race and really good experience and great racing from everyone. So thank you.
Yeah, sounds good. We actually saw in the data that you were catching Oliver in sector 3. Did you feel with your car that you were a little bit faster out there? Because it's all the technical sectors, but sector 3 is real different from the other two.
As Oliver said, we had a bit of a the Audi behind us had a bit of a coming together with us and gave me rear wing damage. So I might have been I might have been able to continue to challenge and keep defending, but as soon as I had that tap and rear wing, yeah, the car was a bit shaky after that.
Yeah, of course, that's yeah, bad, but you had a beautiful P6, beautiful race, beautiful start out there. Let's see, we're going to P1, Binsley. Mate,
Hello.
that's the race you had out there. 19 seconds with Farley behind.
Yeah, it was a bit. It was a good fun at the start, having a battle with Audi and D-Book, and it was a little bit boring after that. Really, just a case of managing tires and making sure I didn't make too many mistakes.
Yeah, you were just riding out there, getting some nice race paces as far as I could see. Did the car also feel solid? Because you had quite the good starts, starting from P3 all the way up to P1.
Yeah, the car's pretty good really, but I made a mistake with my tire pressures. I didn't quite have the pace that I was expecting to have, but it all worked out in the end. So happy days.
Sounds good. Let's see, Wriggle. Tell us, how did the car feel today? Because you had also quite the race out there.
Oh, there's some name slaughtering going on tonight. Yeah, the BMW's been a bit of a struggle the whole season. I think it's been overly bopped a little bit, but I mean, I'm not the greatest in ACC, but it just does feel like it struggles a little bit against some of the other cars. But that said, yeah, most of the race was defending. I'm thinking of having some badges made for people who actually managed to overtake me. I've got every confidence that I wouldn't need to make that many.
That sounds something for season 3, actually.
I'm sure Emo was pretty frustrated. It was a tough track, as I touched on it in the race briefing, that it's a difficult track to overtake on, and unfortunately, when people do make a move, an attempt on somebody, more often or you've got a fair chance of it ended up in a collision or an incident. There's 1 or 2 times I had to stop people from attempting a particular move because it would have only ended in tears. Had the end result of us all going a bit slower. But yeah, I saw a few people suffer the same fate. There was a couple of people in the first corner, I think, 1 or 2 in the chicane. So yeah, it was just profiteering tonight, really, to end up a 9th. Wasn't too bad, really.
Yeah, of course, because you were still in for the championship, and you're right now P4 in the championship without the points counted in. Nate, can you real quick take over? Gotta do something. Could you real quick take over? Gotta do something real quick.
You got to give us
Let's
your
see.
sexy voice.
Yeah, second. No, not really.
Not judging by the lap times now.
No, I was only shadowing his lap time. I didn't have any advantage. I started on half a tank, but Binnersley obviously started on a full one, so I didn't have any sort of advantage. I used all my tyres at the beginning, so that's as good as I could get. I was happy with that.
So that's yeah, that's right now everything we had. We had some interesting racing this race. Of course, it's Zandvoort, and it will be always Zandvoort. It's different. It's difficult to overtake. I actually, drivers, do you hope the new Zandvoort will get in with the new banking? That's
To be honest, I don't think it will change a terrible lot, as we saw in. If anybody watched the Formula One, I don't think there's going to be a massive change unless of course, GT3 introduced DRS.
that would be actually interesting to see. I further don't have anything to say than other than to say congratulations to everybody, and it was quite a clean race actually.
Yeah, well done, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed the league. It was a little bit of a tough one with reversing people round, and the fast guys are having their troubles getting through the field, etc., etc. But that's the way it was designed. The next league, obviously, is a similarly hamstrung designed league. I hope you'll join in and tune in for that. That should be an interesting one. Just once again, thanks for everybody who participated and everybody who contributed.
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. It's awesome.
Yeah, thanks for organising it.
Thank you.
Thank you all.